Hi. All right. So, one, I got red. I should sell a shirt about me getting sunburned. It's loud in here. We're at the track. Actually, you can probably see Reddick driving down pit road right there. So, wow. But what a race. What a race. If you hear water in the background, let me show you something. So I was sitting actually in the top row, until we started getting rained on when it was sunny out. And this is why. Let me show y'all. It's raining from the pipes. That right there was where I was sitting. That ain't rain. I'm hoping it's just normal water. So that ain't rain. I don't want to say anything else. Put it out for sure. I see right now they got the playoff bubble guys back there in the background. So Martin Truex Jr., Bubba Wallace, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and Michael McDowell. Those guys are below the cut line right now. Trust me, I felt below the cut line underneath those pipes. I can see it's leaking from where the sweets are right now. Yeah, make the memes all you want and let everybody know, like in the chat on Wednesday on Danny's channel. It's going to be fun. But this was the 2023 Hollywood Casino 400 at Kansas. And it was 268 laps as I'm looking at the video board right now and the scoring pylon. 19 lead changes, 9 cautions, and it went 3 hours, 12 minutes, 37 seconds. Long races this weekend. By the way, be sure to hit the like button and all that. Thank you for coming into this impromptu stream. Jones almost won. Suarez was up there trying to Hail Mary. You had Logano going 3 wide, and we'll talk about all of it. Hey, how's it going? You want to be on?
Yes.
All right.
Can I?
Yeah, what's your name?
Jordan.
Yeah, here, just come right over here. Okay. We have a guest. Hey, if anyone's at Kansas, come on over.
Absolutely.
What'd you think of the race, man?
Man, wasn't as good as the spring race.
No.
Not near as good as the spring race.
No, there wasn't a fight this time, I don't think.
Wasn't a fight this time.
But
I've come here for 10 years now, both races.
Nice.
And I always say the spring race is better than the fall race. Every year.
But it's still really good.
It is. It's why I drive 3 hours to get here both ways. So.
Yeah, both of us go, me and my dad go 8, and it's like, we have to be here every year.
What do you think of the race? I haven't got to hear. I haven't listened yet.
I thought it was really fun, honestly. It had some lulls, had a little bit of like carnage here and there, but it wasn't too bad.
Yep.
So you know what? I personally liked it.
Good.
I thought that it was really fun, and I liked that the finish wasn't stupid. It wasn't like just a bunch of wrecking them up. There was actual talent needing to be used to pass.
Absolutely.
And I think the only thing I can say is as long as I don't get leaked on by the pipes.
What's going on with this? I was
sitting. That was my seat.
Was it really?
Yeah.
You guys don't know this, but like it's dripping all around us. And I've never seen this before.
You can attest. I don't smell like a bathroom.
You do
right
not.
now.
No, not at all.
But
hey, you know how the judge of the race, like how you feel?
Yeah.
If you're the guy you got money on wins it or not.
My dad got $55 from that one.
Hamlin,
and his favorite guy.
I'm so sorry. I bet on you. I had Toyota to win, and it was looking sketchy. Reddick, you saved me so much. Nice. Yep. Reddick, Hamlin, it's okay. We'll get him next time. I'm not a fan of yours, but I'm a fan of money. And anytime that can happen,
Yeah, well, hey, man, thank you for coming over.
Thank you. I watched every one of your videos.
I appreciate it.
Hi, Eric. It's great to...
Yeah, hey, everybody. Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for coming over,
appreciate
man.
You.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, it was a fun race, I thought. Maybe it wasn't as good as the spring. I get that. But that's okay. That was probably race of the year. This, solid race. I personally gave it probably 8 out of 10. I know it's more fun at the track, maybe 9 out of 10. Yes, Claudia, fan of money. I'm agree with them. I'm a fan of money too. Not a fan of basically getting pissed on. That's about the best way that I saw one of y'all put it in there. But I had fun. Let's get into this race, these results here. We got Tyler Reddick with the win. Denny Hamlin coming in second. Eric Jones, who was up in the top 10 all day and ran really well, Jones running third today. Podium finish for him. Kyle Larson dominated the early part of the day. Comes home 4th position. By the way, sorry if I'm shaky. I don't have the greatest grip here, but Joey Logano with the top 5 made a bonsai move. Coming to 1 to go. He was one of those guys in the 3-wide battle going for the win. Comes home 5th though. Good run for him. He needs that. Needs to get some of that momentum up. You got Chase Elliott coming home 6th. Elliott looked like he had good speed today. A ton of fans here were really happy when he took the lead. I don't know if there's like a bet on lap sled or anything, but I'm telling you, Chase Elliott always manages to get up there. Thank you, Nick, by the way, for the 2 hell of a pass by Reddick. Yeah, we will talk about that pass. That was fun. Yeah, my dad's guy, I love it. My dad gets to see his guy win. And Kyle Busch, let's get back to the order here. Kyle Busch in 7th. 8th, you got Christopher Bell. 9th, Brad Keselowski. And then a top 10 for Alex Bowman. Good stuff there, especially after the bad week. Good for him to get a bit of redemption on it. This stream is brought to you by Powerade. Or Body Armor, whatever, in the back. I think it's Body Armor. But 11th place, you got Kevin Harvick, then Ryan Blaney in 12th. After that, you have, I'm just watching the scoring ticker go. You got Ross Chastain 13th, Ty Gibbs coming up from the back, just like Kyle Busch did. He comes home 14th, 15th, William Byron. Quiet day for Byron. I'm not concerned by any means. I think it was just a weird day where a lot of favorites got taken out. After that, you can tell I've been screaming all day. My voice is going out too. After that, you got Daniel Suarez 16th. I believe Eric Almirola in 18th, 19th, Eric Almirola 17th, Suarez 16th, Preece 18th, 19th Briscoe, Hocevar, another top 20 for Carson Hocevar in that Legacy 42. I'd say that's a good run on his part. Then you have Justin Haley with the 21st place finish in the 31. Corey LaJoie, 22nd. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. comes home in 23rd. And Cole Custer, lead lap finish in a Rick Ware car in that 51. Todd Gilliland a lap down, as is Michael McDowell in 26th. Terrible run for McDowell. I mean, we all kind of knew McDowell probably was getting bounced this round. Still sucks to see it, though. But after that, you got Buescher, 27th. Ty Dillon, 28th. Sheldon Creed, 29th. He's the first one, 2 laps down. Then AJ Allmendinger, 30th. Austin Cindric in 31st. Bubba Wallace, 32nd. Then you got Austin Dillon, 33rd. 3 guys out. JJ Yaley in 34th. Harrison Burton, 35th. And Martin Truex Jr., 36th position on the day. Kind of going through this race here. We got Christopher Bell on the pole. Truex would go hard to the wall in turn 3, I believe. He had a right rear that went down. That was the end of the race for him. It is raining harder now. For those of you who are jumping in, there's a lot of water coming out of the pipes up there. I'll show you guys in a minute. But Truex, the first one out, dead last finish, below the cut line. Now, I'll be honest, I still have faith that he's going to get past the few guys in front of him. Truex has been too good this year, in my opinion, but it's not a guarantee. Thank you to FredDog81 for the 2. Good old Hamlin. It's the 5's fault. I screwed up. I have no idea what any of the drivers said. So if anyone said anything really spicy or fun, let me know. By the way, if you're new, subscribe, like the stream, all that. We do this every week, usually not at the track, but we're going to have fun with it anyway. I swear, I'm gonna make a shirt of me sunburnt, and like maybe we'll have like a raffle or something for it. Like, it should become a funny meme at this point. Like, get some lobsters in the chat if you haven't already. Now, the restart, we had Larson go to the top of the pylon. This is basically what happened early in the race. It was kind of like the Xfinity race yesterday with John Hunter Nemechek, except instead of Nemechek going up front early, it was Larson. So he leads throughout, lap 35. We have the green flag pit stop start up. There's some lobsters in the chat. The 10, the 41, the 21, they tried to kind of lengthen it out. Really didn't do anything worthwhile, I'd say. Didn't help them at all. On lap 62, Austin Dillon would be off the pace in the turn 2 wall. And William Byron would go around just after that. Yeah, go for it. I don't know either. Sorry. But 2 cars spinning or in the wall, 3 getting the worst damage. Byron luckily able to keep going. 15th place run, again, really wasn't a factor today, but still, I'd say a pretty good save of a day. So not terrible. And that would end the stage as Larson would pass Bubba Wallace to win the stage. Larson first, second being Bubba, then Bell in third, fourth Chastain, fifth Blaney, then Reddick, Hamlin, Brad Keselowski, Chase Elliott, and Kevin Harvick. Marky Mark, thank you for the 2. Just glad it wasn't Hamlin. Honestly, I am too. I like seeing Reddick. I've seen Reddick win in person, I think 2 or 3 times now. And I like Reddick personally. He's always been cool to me, so I'm down with the Tyler Reddick win. Stage 2 begins with the restart. It was the 5 and the 9, a Hendrick lockout up front with Kyle Larson and Chase Elliott. Bubba Wallace would have a right rear flat off of 2 on lap 107, bringing out the 4th caution of the day. Pretty much screwed him. There was another caution, I believe it was McDowell. I have to admit, I was up getting something when the Cindric restart not spin happened. I believe it was McDowell that got in the back of him, bringing out the 5th caution. But Elliott would get to the lead on lap 119. Briscoe would be slow a couple laps later. They stayed green for a few laps before it took a while. I see a fellow fan of mine. Nice. But not really too big a factor in the day either for Briscoe, so it really didn't matter. I don't know if he was cycling the engine or what, which by the way, this is kind of odd. This normally doesn't happen. So I don't know if they're showing it on TV or not, but if you look on pit road right now, they have a bunch of the cars out there and they're doing the inspection. They're doing the inspection on pit road for some of these teams. I got a little thing in the way here, but yeah, so this is what's going on in the pits right now. That day they didn't do that in the spring. Granted, in the spring they also had a rock'em sock'em fight between Ross Chastain and Noah Gragson, but pretty interesting to look at. They got the 11 you're pushing out, the 8, 22. I want to say that's Bubba's 23 on pit road. A bunch of others. There's about, I'd say maybe a third of the field on pit road right now getting inspected. Man, it's still raining here. But anyway, thank you, Allie Miller, for the 5. Wallace blown tire, 34 team choking. Logano with a Mickey top 5. I need a Bristol miracle or my playoff bracket is getting destroyed. Yeah, there's a lot of brackets that might get destroyed after this race. Timmy Wolf, I see in the chat there. How did the crowd look? It looked full on TV. I would say the crowd was about 90-95% from what I could see. There were some patchy sections. I will say what people got to remember too is they put the drink rails in, so it might look not as full, but it is. Going down the fan walkway, there were a ton of people too. The vibe here was, I thought, really awesome to see as well. I thought there were more people in this Kansas race. Now, granted, I went in 2020, so take that one out. But even with that, 2019, 2021 last year, and the spring this year, probably the most people I've seen at a Kansas race I've been to. I talked to some people who had been to Kansas for a long time. Seemed like a big crowd for their standards too. So I don't think I'm alone. I swear I'm not shilling. But it was both a full crowd and at least where I was sitting, a pretty active, rowdy one. And everyone seemed to be having a blast too. So Kansas, in my opinion, Kansas is a must-see. Like if you can go to a race next year, if you have like a free weekend or you have like a bit of extra money to go to a race, I'd say go to Kansas. This racetrack, I think, is routinely producing some of the best races, not only in just the Cup Series, but Xfinity wasn't great, but trucks I thought was awesome. It's hard to drive for in general, and man, it's fun. And thank you to my mother of all icebergs, for the 50-hour super chat. I'm looking at my dad's reaction right now. Yeah, saying buy your dad. Oh, it's going away. Crap. Hold on. If you see my finger on the screen, that's why. Saying buy your dad dinner and celebrate Reddick winning. I will do that. We'll probably go to Denny's after. And then also thank you to Fred Dog 81 for the 2. What are your KC barbecue plans after this? I don't have any. Early day tomorrow. I'll be on the road, and I need to make sure my stomach is pretty good. But yeah, thank you to my mom for that one. I will be buying dinner, and dang, I wasn't expecting that. Thank you. NBC is done, apparently. So tell all your friends who might want to watch some post-race to come on in here. Let's get to the rest of the second stage here. And thank you to Need for Speed 5353 for the $4.50, $4.50 that is, and saying, let's go with a long go. Yep. Also looking on pit road right now, they're pushing Chase Elliott in. There's Reddick's car now. They're pushing everybody out. So there's still a lot of activity on pit road, which is not normal. Again, I was here in the spring. I've been in a lot of races, both just in person, media, hot pass, whatever. It's interesting. I like it. I really like it. Gives us fans, the 200 of us left in the stand, something to look at as we let traffic clear out. But and by the way, if I had to stop for super chats on like normal, it's because they go away on the mobile version of a stream. So I apologize if I'm in or out. Antar Das, thank you for the 2 back-to-back weeks, same reaction. Pain. Yeah, there are a lot of people I think feeling pain, especially Truex fans, Dow fans. But it is what it is. Looking at some of these other things that happened though, on lap 132, you had 9 cars stay out. Elliott was the leader. There were 3 and 4 wide, 5 wide I saw behind him. It was a lot, to say the least, watching these guys go around. A lot of great racing. I had a blast with it personally. Brad Keselowski was on the charge though at the end on lap 150, which I believe was 15 to go in the stage. He took second from Harvick, really good speed today, 2 weeks in a row. That 4 team, keep an eye on them down the stretch because Kevin Harvick, with that experience, that championship level talent experience, everything, he can carry that team through the next race, obviously, next round, maybe the round 8. I mean, if Briscoe can take a SHR car there, think what Kevin Harvick could do if the cars just get a little bit better. But Keselowski gets past him. Then, with about 3 to go, he's to the lead of the stage, wins stage 2 over Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott, Kevin Harvick in 4th, Reddick 5th, and Jones, Blaney, Logano, Buescher, and Bell the top 10 in stage 2. And it brings us to the final stage here. Yeah, I agree with you, Milton. Bristol is going to be a crapshoot. And it's going to be nuts, and I can't wait to watch it. We'll be live this Saturday. I'll be back in the studio all this coming week, the next week, and the rest of the season. Thank you, Matthew Brown, for the 10. We'll take that day 5 team. Let's go, boys. Keep moving forward. Chase Elliott needs to calm the hell down. Dude, it was an accident. Go to Napa and get some mental resilience. I'll say this. I was really surprised by that because it looked like it wasn't, like, again, you only see stuff maybe once, twice if they show a replay. It didn't look like it was intentional by any means. It, to me, just looked like it was a pit road incident. But, I mean, the 5 and the 9 have gotten together before. There's probably a little bit of tension there. It's the end of the season, too. Frustrating season for the 9. The 5 has gotten into the 9 a bunch, so I'm not going to say it's over the top. He didn't ruin his race. Still, I'm looking at the pylon right now. Larson with a 4th, Elliott with a 6th, so not bad. So, but I get the frustration. Thank you, M. Martin fan for life for the 2. Is Brad Keselowski a sleeper pick for the final 4? I would say he's one of them. He's getting a lot better speed. It's starting to remind me a bit of the Brad Keselowski that we used to know at Penske. Maybe. I would not count Brad Keselowski out, especially with the super speedway in Talladega. Even if he doesn't win, could get some crucial playoff points if it's stage wins there. That RFK team, I still will hold by this as the strongest Ford team right now. Yeah, you have some Penske guys here, or the front row, I should say, guys pop off every now and then, but no, right now, I don't think Penske in overall speed or any other Ford team right now, SHR, any of them, I don't think they hold a candle to those 2 RFK cars right now. So could change. Brad Keselowski, yes, Alessandro can win Bristol. You remember Buescher won Bristol last year. Both of those guys were fast last year. They kept out of the carnage. That very well could happen again. But going to the final stage, you start off, I saw that Stenhouse had the hood up. Rough day again for him. Again, I think we all kind of saw him as a one and done. But it does suck seeing that how good of a start he had to the season and it just sort of tumbled down. But is what it is. I think him and McDowell were, it's fun to see them there to begin with. But going on, there was also, I don't know if they showed it on TV. They never showed a replay on the video board. There was a fire in the 38 pit stall, and a lot of black smoke. But, I mean, he was back in for another pit stop right after that. I don't know if it was like just a little bit of a fuel fire, or if it was just maybe a lug, not a lug nut, maybe the lug nut, or hot tires maybe hit the fuel and ignited. I don't know what it was. But yeah, there was a lot of black smoke coming from pit road. I'm looking right now. They actually have somebody at that stall looking at it. Let me. Yeah, there's someone at least around there, because there was some fire around there. But yeah, that I wasn't too worried, because it looked like, from what it seemed they showed, that the crews got away. Nobody got hurt. I don't think, it sounds like they didn't talk about it on NBC. There was the one with Byron too. But that's something, man. Finishing off here, though, you got the restart, the 11 and the 6 battle for a while. Of course, you have your Harrison Burton caution that you're always going to have. I hate saying it because I like Harrison, but man, every week at this point, he's a yellow. There was a battle for the lead that kind of heated up between the 6, the 11, and the 45. It ended up being between Hamlin and Reddick for most of the race, even through green flag pit stops. I saw McDowell slow. I didn't get any update on that, but he was slow down pit road towards the end of the race, right before Buscher has a flat tire, bringing out the 9th and final caution. Everyone pits, and it's the 43, the 8, 22, 11, and 5. First 5 out of pit road. There's that contact there between the 2 Hendrick guys. I think Suarez stayed out, and if I'm not mistaken, Suarez dropped like a rock. I'm not even going to mention him when I go over the finish, because he dropped to 16th in the final finishing order. First to 16th in 2 laps. Tires matter, and I think that's something that we all have asked for. But you have the restart. You have Elliott and Larson get together before that. Overtime restart, 2-lap shootout. 22 takes him 3 wide in the initial start, and it seems like the battle's between Logano and Eric Jones. Those two are fighting for the lead down the backstretch into the corner, and then all of a sudden you see Tyler Reddick, as he always does, just maybe scraping the outside wall. He was so close to it. Coming off with that big run, those two are battling each other. He sweeps down low, taking the white flag. Looked like maybe they weren't 3 wide, maybe had him cleared at that point, but 3 wide for the lead, finishing out the race, gets ahead, pulls away, gets the victory. Denny Hamlin, team owner at 2311, gets the 2nd place run. Jones still with 3rd. I know Jones fans will probably be upset and probably, bummed out that you're so close to a win, you didn't get it. But with the season Legacy's had, and being basically a lame duck for Chevrolet, having any little bit of a shine to the end of the season, I think that's something to really be happy with moving forward. But hey, man, I finally picked a Cup race right. I've picked like 8 Xfinity races right this year, and maybe just about as many truck races. I finally got a Cup one. Might have got one before this, but this was the one that made me pretty happy, because I didn't think I was going to get it, man. And y'all got it too. Of course you did, because, man, you guys are running away with it. So I got the first one, you got the second one, and probably the third one. But no, I honestly, I really enjoyed it. I want to come back next year. Don't know if I'll be in the spring one, but I definitely want to come back for the fall. Seems like y'all liked it as well. Like it, from the response in the chat, a lot of you guys were having a blast watching this race, and I'm glad. I'm glad, because in person, this was a ton of fun. From the fan zone, they had old classic cars. They had a car from Charlie Glotzback in there, as well as others. So yeah, I see 8.5 out of 10. I gave it an 8 out of 10, but very easily could go to 9 out of 10 after, you get that little post-race cool down. You realize, like, man, maybe that was way better than I thought, or worse, or whatever. So all that's left now for this round is Bristol. We have 8 races left. I believe it's Bristol, Texas, Talladega, Roval, Las Vegas, Homestead, Martinsville, and Phoenix. 8 weeks left of the season, guys, but I'm going to leave before my voice completely dies out. It stopped, for the most part, raining in the stands here, so that's nice. But yeah, I can't wait to see y'all this week. Thursday night, truck race, Friday, Xfinity and Cup, and Danny B's channel for the podcast. Gonna be a lot of fun, and I will see y'all around. So, until next time, have a good one. Later, y'all.